Where do I press? Okay. Is it afternoon or morning, guys? I just want to.
Afternoon.
Okay. Thank you, MC, for your kind introduction. Let me introduce myself once more. My name is Nomvaya Mercy Tunzelana, the founder of Sibonati Inclusive Party Limited, that I started immediately after my retirement. I retired in 2011 at the age of 65. And I decided to do all the things that I had wanted to do when I was employed. But before I say anything, let me first start by acknowledging the host, Professor Armand Bam and his team, and also acknowledge the keynote speaker, Ms. Elsie Hanyane, for the wealth of experiences she has shared with us this morning. You can see that she is doing that with passion. Then I greet all delegates and attendees. If I had time, I would be greeting them in all 12 official languages, but I will soon be short of the time to present my presentation. My topic today is success factors in implementing South African Sign Language usage for entrepreneurs in South Africa. Why did I have to think about this? I was a teacher of the deaf from 1966 until 1989. That is 22 years of experience teaching deaf children in a school for the deaf between King Williamstown and Stutterham. And I spent most of my time signing. That's why I have the passion to start a company that will address all those problems that I saw as a teacher of the deaf. First of all, I saw that people had a negative attitude towards deaf people. They undermined them. Some of them, they called them dummies. And that really hurt me. Then I said, I'm going to correct this when I have time. This is my time. I'm going to correct all those that are thinking that deaf people are stupid. Deaf people are very brilliant. The only thing that the deaf do not have is access to spoken language at their homes, in the communities. As a result, they resort to sign language, which is their cultural language, the language that they use for communicating amongst themselves. So this company is trying to address that by starting a company that teaches people sign language, at least the basic skills for saying hello and thank you, and all those basic things that we do every day. My company is doing that. What do I do? What does Sibonati actually do? Sibonati it does inclusion through innovation, and it is also involved in community engagement. On Wednesday every week we go to a school called Kutliso. It's a high school where I teach grade 10 children, at least for about 15 minutes, all these skills about communicating with the deaf, because they didn't know and they were laughing at it. And then I said, why do you want to teach to learn sign language? They said, I just want to be clever and other people don't know what I'm saying. But I then say, no, it is much more than that. When you meet a deaf person, you must be able to communicate, greet the person, and be able to say something, ask them their names, and then we do all those exercises in the class. This is not for money. Though for going to that school is just community involvement and advocacy for the people in the community to know that deaf people have a language. Then look at the two. I must remember to change the whole thing. Huh? Okay. You can see from my age that okay, this company was founded this year in August before presenting a paper in a conference for Linguistic Society of South Africa in Johannesburg. So the existence of my company coincided with a conference that I, on behalf of Sibonati, I presented a paper that the people felt that it was the best paper in our category, and I got those. You can see all those. The smaller one is for the best paper, and the bigger one is for the best presentation. So I have got those awards within that month that I started. Thank you very much. So I'm looking at this South Africa's 12 official languages of South Africa. We all knew that there were 11 before, 11 languages in South Africa. But people don't know the work that went before they became 12. I think in 1993, myself and a deaf activist by the name of Hilda Mbeta, we presented a paper entitled South African Sign Language, the 12th official languages. That was in 1990s then, and we never knew that it would ever materialize. So on the 19th of July 2023, the president, His Excellency the President, Cyril Ramaphosa, made the deaf world alive by recognizing it as the 12th official language. This recognition is promoting equality and rights for the deaf and their culture. Without the South African Sign Language, deaf culture is dead. So people have got to sign. And then the visibility and participation for deaf and hard of hearing people, especially in business. Language is the first barrier to opportunity. Because okay, so, okay, Puti. Are you helping me? Sure. I like that because I forget, because I'm so taken up with what I'm saying. So entrepreneurs living with disabilities often face structural and cultural barriers. And I think our keynote speaker has touched on that. And and then the importance of South African Sign Language in deaf education and in business and in society. South African Sign Language enhances their cultural identity and access to learning and business opportunities. There are deaf people who have got businesses of teaching other people sign language. I know one that is in East London, he's teaching them with his hearing wife. The hearing wife is a support to the deaf husband, and they are doing very well. But there are some who are really not able to do that. Are you given the second slide, the next slide? In the South African context, the fourth industrial revolution technologies for translation and interpreting in entrepreneurial spaces are needed. Some of them are the AI-driven software technologies that convert spoken language into pre-recorded South African Sign Language clips in near real time. And some models are sign recognition models that can translate signed input into written and spoken text, which can support us as entrepreneurs in education and business. Look at the one that is there. That is the technology that is doing what I have just already said. That those spectacles there are sign language interpreter wearable glasses technology. There is a company called Reha. They are using this in order to translate and use this for interpretation. Since interpreters are so few, I wish I could steal these interpreters and take them home, because they're so scarce. The Secretary General of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon, said in 2014, no voice should be left behind. So our vision for the future of inclusion is that when translation and interpreting are fully supported, South Africa's 12 official languages, including South African Sign Language, become not just official on paper, but lived in practice, ensuring that no voice is left unheard. As early as 2007, the United Nations General Assembly Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability emphasized the facilitation and learning of sign language. Hence, my company is teaching people to learn sign language. And also for the promotion of linguistic identity of the deaf community. The deaf community are alive when their language is being used. That is why we have those people on my left. And the importance of human interpreters and translators is indispensable, because with all the technology, there can be many mistakes, and they are also not culture sensitive. They are just there to augment what is there, not really taking over from the human interpreters. Translators and interpreters are bridges that promote social justice by breaking communication barriers. They uphold the constitutional rights, and they strengthen social cohesion. What are these barriers that we are talking about? Barriers to inclusion for deaf entrepreneurs is that 75% of deaf entrepreneurs feel unsupported, and especially in business. 60% of them, or businesses, lack deaf-friendly resources and tools. And then what are the success factors? There are these five. The one is leadership commitment. You must be, as a leader, committed to do it. And community partnership. These first two are the best. They are those, and then sign language visibility wherever the deaf people are. And then technology integration, as I showed you, those people with spectacles, and ongoing training. Where's my last slide? Sorry, almost. I'm almost there. I've already said this about the commitment of partnership and the vital, and then the call to action. What is needed? Is there anybody coming from the government here? Government needs to fund and legislate inclusive language and infrastructure access. Incentivize businesses employing the deaf. Number 2, interpreter pools for the 12 official languages with emphasis on South African Sign Language for entrepreneurs to support deaf-led businesses. I must say thank you before I am shown that I have 1 minute. With this 1 minute, I was not coughing when I came here in the Western Cape on Friday, but now I'm going to leave today with a cough that I don't know where I picked it from. But what I must say, I can't leave this stage without you signing this sign. That means I love you. And that sign is very important for deaf people because at their homes they are usually not loved. So when they see you showing this sign, I love you. So my logo has got the I love you sign. I love you all. I love you. And thank you, thank you. You can even do the thank you that you see on that slide because South African Sign Language has many dialects. You can say it in this other way and in that other way. But thanks to PenSalp, because PenSalp is trying to standardize South African Sign Language. Thank you very much. It's a pity you just gave me 15 minutes. I wanted 30.